Hey, Soldier 7 here, and this video I wanted to talk about the 20-year anniversary for Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. I think this was somewhat of an underrated game, and a part of me felt like I just wanted to do it just for that, and a few reasons too. I did enjoy it when I played it back in the day. Even though I found it to be difficult at times and maybe a little frustrating, but from what I remember, I still had fun with it when I played it. So, yeah, I guess what I just wanted to talk about is, yeah, it's the 20-year anniversary for the game, and I just wanted to talk about it a little. Now, of course, at the same time, there was Battlefield 2, but this is a different game. This was now like Battlefield, this was a like it's regular Battlefield 2. This was an FPS game, but it's a little bit of a mixture of something else. Well, I think regular Battlefield 2 was just mainly an FPS. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat was actually more of a first-person slash strategy game, because even though, yes, it was a first-person shooter, it's also a strategy game, for example. Like, sometimes because you're not technically one player, going around shooting. You're technically like 30 guys or 40 guys, because you're like a whole team or a whole squad or whatnot, or so forth. And sometimes you like switch positions. Like you can go from being a sniper to a machine gunner, or switch to a rifleman or a submachine gunner, or a switch to someone with the shotgun and high explosives and so forth. So it was kind of like that. So it wasn't just an FPS game. It was an FPS game where it requires somewhat strategy, because the plot basically has you switching from one guy to another, which you kind of have to do usually. And sometimes there were times where I remember I was the last guy. I was down to just one guy, and I managed to beat the game, but it took a long time though. But I'm just talking about. But like I said, it was one of those games that was. Like I said, I had fun with it, I enjoyed it, but there were times where I found it difficult and frustrating at times, but still. But yeah, it's the 20-year anniversary. Well, technically it was last month, but I decided to wait to do it this month. So yeah, and also, and I guess to talk about the plot a little bit, I think it's pretty much the same as Battlefield 2. Pretty much, not entirely, because I never really finished that game, but I did finish this one back in the day. And it's between like NATO and the People's Liberation Army, and during levels you go back and forth playing as one another, and then like at the end you get to choose which side you want to have an ending with. Me personally, I choose NATO, but yeah. And then it turns out there was a third faction, which, once you choose if you're going to be NATO or the People's Liberation Army, like I said, I was NATO, so I remember finishing as NATO, only just to realize there was a third faction that was keeping both sides trying to fight each other. So once you pick a side and then you beat the other side, then you go to fight a third faction that was kind of kept in secret, from what I remember. But yeah, it was somewhat of an interesting concept. But yeah, I think this game was a little underrated, maybe not too much. And granted, even though it's not my favorite out of the franchise, but still, I thought it was underrated enough. And even though there were times where I found it difficult and frustrating at times to play, I still had fun with it. And yeah, I still had fun with it from what I remember. And it was a pretty neat game with an interesting concept of being both FPS and strategy, even though I'm not big on strategy games, but it was kind of interesting how it was done. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say. Happy 20-year anniversary to Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say for right now. This is Soldier 7. Take care.